Writers often find themselves writing indoors, but here in the Hudson Valley, one can venture into the outdoors for inspiration from the heights of Mother Nature or the creations of humankind. This region brought me out of a 25-year writer's block, and I'm sure it can do the same for you. One day I was sitting on the lawn of my Catskills home, and I just began to write, and I kept on writing until a book was created. That is the power of Mother Nature, with her symphony of bird songs, babbling brooks, and rustling leaves. The spots I've offered the writer here are those in which I have found inspiration. Without a doubt they will spark your creativity as well. Most sites have places to sit and write, but some do not, and so you may want to carry a lightweight camp chair with you. The book is divided into 3 regions for your convenience: the Hudson Valley proper, the Gunks, and the Catskills. Enjoy all. I have marked some passages somewhat disabled accessible. This is merely of my opinion, so you may want to check before you head out, but at least this marking will give you an idea for options. Hudson Valley. Bring a camp chair with you so you can sit and write where you wish. The Hudson Valley is deep green in my mind's eye. I envision Henry Hudson's tall ship, the Half Moon, sailing up the river hundreds of years ago, and contact with Native Americans, and the crew's first sighting of the Hudson Highlands. You may just want to ride the train up from New York to Poughkeepsie and back one morning to take in all the sights of the river as you ride away in the comfort of your train seat. Take a Hudson Line Metro North train up and sit on the west side of the train for the river view. The Hudson River is known to Native Americans as the river that flows both ways. That is because it is an estuary and the tide goes north and south. Salt water moves north and fresh moves south. The salt line falls about midway between New York and Albany. The source of the river is Lake Tear of the Clouds in the Adirondacks. From there, the river stretches 315 miles to New York City, even going beyond that out into the Atlantic Ocean for over 500 miles as an underwater canyon. Note, the Duchess Rail Trail and walkway over the Hudson were not included in this book, but are must-sees and accessible. Poet's Walk. Run through the high grass as if through the rye. This lovely park is a scenic Hudson property named after the writers who were inspired by the Hudson Valley. Writers like Washington Irving and James Fenimore Cooper have walked the region. Enter the park and head directly to the large central gazebo. Sit here and observe the forests and grasslands around you and the distant Catskill Mountains as you write. In the fall, during the Hudson Valley Ramble, poets from Bard assemble here at night and read their poetry around a great bonfire. Walk further down towards a more secluded gazebo where you can have a private lunch in a deep woods. Keep your eyes open for a huge sculpture made from recycled materials. Vanderbilt Mansion, Hyde Park. Somewhat disabled accessible. Imagine it's a Gatsby party. The best time to visit this mansion is in December, during the holidays, when everything is all decorated and there's a Christmas tree in every room. The huge home sits like a jewel box amid the snow-covered landscape, looking out over the Hudson River and the Catskill Mountains. You can almost see the wealthy visitors drinking eggnog amid this Gilded Age splendor. Franklin and Eleanor Roosevelt homes. We have nothing to fear but fear itself. Before Steinem, there was Eleanor. Do you get inspired from visits to places where great Americans lived? If so, then you should visit FDR's house, Presidential Library, and the retreat of First Lady Eleanor Roosevelt.